Welcome back to my CryptoQ Media channel. It's great to have you back. You are among the many regular people who believe that XRP's value will skyrocket in the near future. Nonetheless, regular guys like us aren't the only ones who think XRP will absolutely rock the boat. No, you are not alone. There are many of other educated financial professionals all around the world who think it's a good idea. In truth, financial professionals all around the globe believe all we say here and what many crypto chart analysts have said about XRP. I'll give you an example to prove it. I would open it so you find it fascinating and maybe even reassuring, because we are not alone. If I could do anything, we are not indulging in any unlawful activities here. Yes, I am cognizant of the fact that XRP hasn't topped its all-time high in almost 7 years. Nevertheless, it is not uncommon for assets to take an exceptionally long time to do so, especially once they have reached their all-time high. The last time I looked into XRP, its price had risen 80,000% from its cycle low. It is true that there has been a degree of unity. Add the hacker from the SEC and the CEO of an investment firm to that list. No, he says with an adamant tone. This will proceed without delay. This one will be very enormous. Despite his position as CEO of an investment firm, his views are very similar to those of other analysts whose work I follow. In reality, he was delivering his remarks while speaking live on television from the floor of the stock exchange. Hence, no, it's not only influencing us. I can assure you that none of us are using any unusual drugs. What has transpired so far is visible, yet we are clueless about what is to come. As an example, being cautious won't result in many of us believe that XRP's price is poised to see a major surge, even if nobody knows for sure. Therefore, wait. I will tell you all that's necessary to know. Making a brief observation about Bitcoin, as I've seen a lot of posts recently talking about the levels Bitcoin needs to hit before it can start to grow, which is pertinent to our XRP investment situation. Because XRP cannot, by itself, reach a new all-time high. Who knows, maybe it never has or will. There was a simultaneous upturn in the markets. This holds true in the Bitcoin market as well as the stock market. I still think, as I did when I was just starting out in the cryptocurrency industry in 2017 and 2018, that cryptocurrencies will eventually be judged more strictly according to their particular qualities and how well they address issues. But it's still too soon to determine which cryptocurrencies will be successful even after 15 years. Currently, some of them are. Some have seen Bitcoin as a triumph, while others have been less optimistic. It is apparent that XRP has. Some do, and that's fine. Mistakes are inevitable in any endeavor. Its persistence in the top 10 coins by market cap for over a decade belies any other explanation. Okay, for a more well-established asset class, such same Z movements would not exist. Your natural curiosity may be piqued as to why the stock market fails to reflect that. It is true that we are entering a more liquid time. It is true that things are changing. Allows any vessel to rise. I will not contest it. What I mean is that even in that environment, people will be able to identify a shady firm. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, people can't always tell. All boats rise with the tide, even though it's early, and that part will change. That is totally correct in my opinion. Is there something in particular about Bitcoin that we need to monitor? A 360 trade post is the first item to consider. Without any external liquidity, he asserts, Bitcoin is approaching its all-time high. Although 65,000 is great, it's at 70,000 and above where things really start to heat up. This liquidity will be bought up soon, which would worry me greatly as a bear. Given his anticipation, he believes a substantial improvement is on the horizon. Curiously, he also mentioned 65,000, which is the amount that many analysts have claimed it is once stolen. Of course, this is presuming it won't merely redirect that problem. We will launch after that is completed and considered important. This level is vital, he says, but there is still some debate. That is his opinion, plain and simple. It doesn't matter, 70,000 is the superior figure. These are the kinds of numbers that keep popping up when people talk about Bitcoin amongst specialists. However, our alternative cryptocurrencies are a very different story. In my opinion, cryptocurrencies hold more sway. We are not mindless drones, plain and simple. Specifically, we get people to invest in cryptocurrencies. Even if you succeed in not botching this venture, because, let's be honest, we may all be foolish and fail terribly at investing, going into Bitcoin today will not make you rich. Your success will be attributed to altcoins like XRP and numerous others if they actually gain popularity, in other words, if an alt season occurs. This is why you are seeing the Bitcoin altcoin cycle graphic. The light gray background shows the current Bitcoin price. Next, look at the red area, that's when non-traditional investments began to gain traction in the markets. Bitcoin would take center stage in the blue. However, if it falls somewhere in the center, then here is what Nijin Tropic had to say. This account is run by the co-founders of the chain analytics company Glassnode, which, unsurprisingly, does fantastic work. They have made the following statement. Altcoins are now experiencing the same upward price trend as Bitcoin. It would appear that the cryptocurrency season is almost near. Our pain would be palpable if Bitcoin were to surpass its previous peak and enter uncharted realms. Indeed, given Bitcoin's track record, it is logical to assume that altcoins will witness a meteoric rise in popularity should Bitcoin achieve it. Plus, they were quite careful to market. You can see the time on the screen, and here we can see that alts were rather high in March and April of this year. There was a brief fad for alternatives this year. Their moniker was Alternative Season, so I suppose that explains everything. So, the data they wanted is showing up on their chart. I kind of want to argue with them about how they chose the alternate season. Think about rephrasing it to highlight more examples of strong alt text, and then figure out how to use word-wise to make it shorter and more concise. But that's called an alt season among crypto investors. I honestly think they should rename it, but maybe I'm just being fussy. And yet, I'm hearing it from a lot of analysts, and it's highlighting strengths like these, they're just implying that it's about to return. We truly value having you here today. For the time being, I ask that you subscribe and favorite my channel.